What's up, y'all? Super Dave, and I'm about to give you the real sauce on how to repay your credit fast. If you're tired of getting denied, harassed by collectors, or just ready to level up, this is your game plan. Let's go. So first, step one, we're gonna pull our credit report. So you're gonna pull your credit report from annualcreditreports.com. They give you a free one every week. You're gonna need one for Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Okay. And like I said, this is free. So you get that from annualcreditreport.com. Then you're gonna go through every section. You're gonna highlight all your negative items, incorrect names, incorrect addresses, incorrect phone numbers, late payment, charge off, etc. Anything that's negative, unsatisfactory, you're gonna highlight it because you know these are the items and accounts that we need to attack to get off our credit report, make it look sexy, and boost our score up. So, step two, dispute personal information and accurate accounts. So, for step two, you're going to dispute your personal information first. So, we're going to delete old addresses, misspelled names, and outdated phone numbers, and we're going to get rid of the employers. We don't need no employers right there. So, you only want your current and correct info listed. Why? Because personal info is often tied to negative accounts. Cleaning this up gives you leverage when disputing the bad shit. So, what I mean by that is, when it's most likely you got an incorrect address and it's tied to one of these accounts that we're disputing. Once we remove that inaccurate address, then it's gonna be easier to dispute that account because we know they're not completing their reasonable investigation like they should. So once we dispute it and they have nothing to verify it and say, well, this is attached to this address, so it's verified and accurate, then it's easier for us to dispute it without consumer law and get it knocked off. Now, we're going to go after inaccurate accounts. So, wrong dates, balances, duplicate listings, or account that don't belong to you. So, under the 15 U.S.C. 1681 EB, the credit bureaus must maintain maximum possible accuracy. Anything less is a violation. And they have 30 days to respond to our disputes under 15 U.S.C. 1681 I-A1A. And if they can't verify, they must delete it under 15 U.S.C. 1681 I-A5A. So, keep your disputes simple. This item is inaccurate, so please remove it. Send 30% of certified mail and keep your receipts. So, we're gonna keep things smooth and accurate, but we also gonna put in consumer law every time we send a dispute letter. Consumer laws are strengthening our dispute letters, and it's strengthening our dispute letters, and it's making it that much harder for them to deny our dispute. And it's ways you can it's ways that you can construct your dispute letter, such as changing fonts and colors, because once they get the dispute letter, they're putting it into e-Oscar. So when it comes back just verified and accurate, I mean it just generated a code, and it's 29 e-Oscar codes. So we have to sometimes format our dispute letter so that it's getting into human eyes. And once it gets to them human eyes, we have our dispute letter with consumer law. We got it backed up with consumer law, and they can't dispute that because that's federal law. Now, on to step three. We're going to keep utilization low and demand late payment deletions. So, step three is all about credit card utilization. Keep it under 10%, not 30. Keep it under 10% of your credit limit. That's where your score starts to climb fast. So, for example, if your credit limit is 3,000, right? Just for a real quick number, 3,000. 10% of 3,000 300. So you don't want to go over 300. Simple. Now, if you got late payments, don't ask for forgiveness letters. That's bullshit. We don't ask for goodwill letters, none of that shit. We're gonna demand deletion under 15 U.S.C. 1666B for late payments. Creditors must give you a grace period before calling payment late. If they didn't follow the law, use that to dispute the late mark. So, it's 5 things that must occur for a payment to be late, and 9 to 10, those 5 things do not occur to constitute a late payment. So, like I said, we don't send goodwill letters. We hit them with facts and law. So, If you've been following me, you know I use factual disputing, using inaccuracies across all three credit agencies, and then tie that in with consumer law to strengthen my dispute letter. So once that late payment is removed and your utilization is low, your score will respond fast. Score will respond fast, and our credit profile is gonna look better and sexy. So step 4, we're gonna add positive trade lines strategically. So next, we're gonna stack up positive history. We're gonna start with credibility accounts like Self, Kobo, or Kickoff. They report monthly payments and help build up your score over time. Then, if you want, you can use authorized trade lines. My opinion, you only use trade lines when you're applying for funding or making a major purchase, and you want your profile to look like you can handle more of an amount of money within these 30 days, because that's what it's for. It's reporting every 30 days, and you're gonna be paying for the trade line. So, but you have to have your primaries first. Primaries is more important than the trade line. They want to see how your primary accounts look, because they've become hip to people. I don't say hip. People they become aware of people adding trade lines to boost their score and make their credit profile look sexy. So you need these primary accounts first, and then you add the authorized trade lines or AUs later on. And they give a quick boost, like I just said. It's not a long-term growth. The long-term growth is going to be with your primaries. So, if you want to add more juice, report your rent and utility payments using tools like Rental Karma or Self. Turn everyday bills into credit gold. Step 5. Don't pay collections. Dispute and delete. Here's where we draw a line. We don't pay collections. Third-party debt collectors bought that debt. They are not the original creditor and usually can't prove anything. So, under the FDCPA, you're protected. I'm protected from unjust and abusive collection tactics. Send them a debt validation request under 15 U.S.C. 1692G. Make them prove the debt is real, accurate, and legally collectible. If they can't validate it, then under 15 U.S.C. 1681I A5A, the bureaus must delete it. And if the debt is past your state statute of limitation, is legally uncollectible. That means no payment, just a dispute and demand for removal. You're not here to settle. You're here to take control. So, as a bonus, if you want all this broken down in writing, you can download my free credit repair guide, Days Free Sauce. I will put the link in the bio, but on some platforms you can't click it. So, just comment you want the free guide, and I send you a DM with the link. Now, credit repair isn't magic. It's strategy. We're going to use the law, and if you're like me, you've been studying the consumer law, so you know your rights. But it's always ongoing matter. You got to keep on studying and learning these new methods. So, if you found this information valuable, I want you to like, share, and tag someone who needs this information. And let me know if y'all want this created into a free ebook. And I want y'all to remember, today is Easter. I have a 25% off sale of all products and services. I put that code in the description too. Just clean our credit.